when you do like this, I don't feel sorry for you. You should know that Discord leaks are gonna happen. Keffals, you really suck at this. Tipster, I'm sorry, your own friend Maeve outed you last night. They suck at this too. Lesson to learn, whatever you say on the internet would come back to you. Believe me, I know. Y'all even logged it here. And I'm talking about the Tea Party group chat. Remember, 17 hours of my life gone because, you know, the Tea Party group chat. But Janelle for 5, they get the Golden Facepalm Award of the Year so far. Oh my god, it's so bad. Now, how long has Tipster said, I don't care about the commentary community, I'm not going to talk about the commentary community, nothing? How long have they said that? Long time. Keffals, I don't want to do drama anymore. But yeah, you're going to follow every single bigger name in the commentary community. Your ex-friends right here. And the Tea Party group chat, in which I'm part of. And I'm the one that leaked. But we're not going to do drama anymore, guys. Oh, and just as added extra security, for the people who didn't understand what these rooms could possibly have in them, you see this tweet shift? That is a bot. That bot logs every single thing that is said about that person or to that person or every tweet that they make. That is a tweet bot. So if you get blocked by said person, you can still see their tweets because it picks up, say, Keemstar's tweet and puts it in the Keemstar little room. So, I don't know. I find it funny. And there's Maeve. There's the person who outed Tipster last night. Of course, there's Gayfesh. Alright, let's go.
One of the biggest community-wide investigations finished up, resulting in Keffals fully being exposed for misappropriating over $100,000 in donated GoFundMe money.
If anyone ever finds out about how I spent the GoFundMe, I am definitely getting canceled.
Spending it on doxing multiple innocent people. But it's Keffals, so she can't own up to anything, take accountability for anything. No, she has to frame an artist as transphobic, making the artist go private. I haven't heard from them since.
This video is so good. I just got finished watching it, probably about a half an hour ago. And he actually has things in here I haven't seen yet, so.
This video isn't just about Keffals' career ending, it's about her trying to bring everything down with her. Her response has been to call everyone transphobic, leading to other left-leaning political streamers to do the same without ever watching the video.
None of this is accurate.
She's an idiot. She is an absolute idiot. I'm sorry. And, because I didn't watch the whole thing, Willy caught more to it than what I did, and, it was wild. It was wild.
Wait, what? It was the first I've ever heard of Keffals. Is it not accurate? I haven't seen it, so I'm not claiming that it's accurate.
Then she calls everyone drama freaks for reporting her committing a crime.
Angry from drama freaks. I'm not planning on making any sort of response because I don't think I owe anyone a response.
Yeah.
No, bullcrap. If anybody deserves a response, if anyone deserves a response, well, I mean, actually a lot of people do, but definitely the people who gave you money on GoFundMe. Those people definitely deserve a response. The people who gave you money. The people who gave you that over 100K that you got. Yeah, hashtag justice for Worm. True.
We can't let her get away with this. It's so satisfying sitting back and watching 2 years worth of lies finally come crumbling down, and I'm celebrating. With you.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Okay, here we go.
That's the sound of the police!
I've been documenting and pushing back against Keffals' GoFundMe narrative for 2 years now, where if you question anything at all, you were framed as a conspiracy theorist, a bad faith actor.
People were so gracious, they came together and they helped me out. And while I really respect it, it's brought a lot of people to do the QAnon brain bullshit about me, where they're saying I'm stealing money from my fans.
I will never do a GoFundMe breakdown for bad faith actors. When people would rightfully ask for updates,
no, you should do the GoFundMe breakdown for the actual people who gave you money. That's the people who deserve that breakdown, not quote-unquote bad faith actors, but the people who actually donated to you. I think they deserve it. Because you said you were using that money for one thing, and you turned around and used it for completely other shit. Like, what?
she'd respond to them with memes. She'd suddenly have the money for new streaming gear, travel, drugs, rehab, while revealing that she hadn't even started working with a lawyer yet.
But now I'm going to be focusing more on the legal things because I'm settled down, I'm back in Canada, and I have time to work on this now.
And if you questioned her, no matter how much you disavow transphobia, you're transphobic. While Trinell leaked DMs from her group chat, she proved the conspiracy theorist right. Keffals would write, "Feels really bad watching the GoFundMe deplete. The rest will cover
Okay, we've seen this before because this is where she talks about where all the money went.
years worth of rent and my psych fees if I talk to a psychologist once a week for the next 11 months. I keep trying to think of how it depleted so fast, and it's just so many little things. Travel and replacing furniture and helping my friends out by buying new streaming gear and clothes.
But those little things you weren't even supposed to touch the money for. On what? Listen. If she would have been upfront about, I would say, 3/4 of that, then I think she would have been okay. If she would have said, listen, I'm going to get new IRL streaming gear. I'm going to go to, even if she said that I'm going to go to Ireland or I'm going to go travel to get away from this place because I'm moving. Or if she was like upfront about most of that, she would have been fine. But she wasn't. She has to lie. She has to lie.
That is not what the money was raised for. None of those things were stated in her GoFundMe. This is fraud, and these messages are from only 2 months after she raised the money, meaning she burned through most of it before she even decided who she was suing. She'd continue, "If anyone found out how I spent the GoFundMe, I am definitely getting canceled. Now, it's not just luxuries that the money was wasted on. I want to make abundantly clear, not a single dollar of the used money was spent in a meaningful way. She raised the money to move to a safe location that wasn't doxxed, while spending her time tweeting out and streaming her location. But more importantly, she revealed why she moved. It wasn't to get away from her doxers, it was to get away from her ex."
And there
Yes.
was a criticism that I frequently got throughout that time. How does moving to a different country help you with online harassment? And as we found out, it didn't. And the truth is,
If you actually thought moving to a different country was going to stop internet harassment, I don't know what to tell you. You need help. What in the world? The internet is all over the place. It's going to follow you no matter what. Arts, the way Keffals says that she doesn't owe people anything goes 2 ways. She thinks she doesn't owe people an explanation, and she thinks she doesn't owe people their money back. It angers me. Yeah, it ticks me off too. It ticks me off too.
I left the country because of my ex.
That's not what the money was donated for. Again, that's fraud. But it goes even deeper. The one good thing you could have argued that Keffals did was spend some of the money filing legally through the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario.
The reason they decided to go with the Human Rights Tribunal rather than a lawsuit is because the Human Rights Tribunal has unique powers that a civil suit does not.
The reason I decided to ultimately go through the Human Rights Tribunal rather than the lawsuit is because the Human Rights Tribunal has powers that a civil suit does not. All I would get is money. I am pushing for police body cams. Papers are being processed and it could take up to 6 years. The London police have already had an initiative to get body cams on every cop by 2025. So
Yep.
really it's just another way for Keffals to ask for more money.
Yep, Willy showed us that, I think in that video, to be honest.
I've already torn apart this
Yeah, there
document
we
in one of
go.
my previous videos. Look there if you want more details. I don't have much faith in her case at all. Instead, she's seemingly been spending the money doxing people, posting Bad Empanada's full name, his address, admitting she's got
Kiwi Farms is bad because my dox is on there. But I don't have a problem doxing people in people's DMs though, huh? See? That's why I don't think the doxing wasn't the reason why she went after Kiwi Farms. And plus, yet again, I keep repeating this, it wasn't Kiwi Farms that did that dox on her. It was the other place. Yeah, hypocrisy at its finest. Absolutely potential. Absolutely.
second thoughts, full name and address as well, saying I did it myself. I never published this info. It's just like a game for me. She got this by paying private investigators for.
If it's a game for you to get people's real information, there's something wrong with you. That is someone that you don't want to trust. I'm just gonna say it.
for it. Her dream is to retire from streaming and be a professional private investigator, to dox people professionally. Right now, it's just some hobby for her. Half the reason why Keffals was able to raise so much money is because she kept getting doxxed. So why is she doing it to innocent people? These DMs are now leaked. Their personal information is everywhere. What are you doing? Did this take GoFundMe money to do? So what is Keffals' response to this career-ending evidence? Well, it's to call everyone transphobic. I understand people have criticisms of me. I don't think I'm above being critiqued. That said, was it really necessary to use a transphobic caricature of me in the thumbnail?
Justice for Worm. Justice for Worm in the chat. Oh my god. I was so angry with that tweet. I'm like, girl.
While not using my pronouns in the video announcement, but if you just click the community notes, you can see that Muda did use her preferred pronouns. As for the transphobic art, it's not transphobic at all. It's drawn by just a worm who makes ugly characters of everyone. It's his art style. Keffals has used his art in her own thumbnails. This accusation would rally her audience as well as some left-leaning creators into bullying the artist into going private.
Just a worm is his name, and it really is just a style. Here's a couple examples. Okay, so here's the thing, right? This isn't...
Shut up, Denims. Shut up. I don't even want you to finish that sentence. Just shut up. You're worthless. You're literally worthless. Literally. Like, there is no worth in what you're about to say.
a defense.
She has to think so hard to make this terrible argument.
If I call all of my friends, I'm like, you are engaging in some real tomfoolery, in some real baboonery. I can say that as many times as I want. I'm not making that joke about one of my black friends. Because now it's fucking insane. And now it's objectively just racist. I don't get to say, well, I say this about everybody.
Nobody has ever called you racist for that.
You can't just make the same joke at everybody. Because that's not how society works. You can't just do that.
Well, what do you want? Can we just treat Keffals like a regular person? She wants it to be transphobic so bad.
That's the point. We are treating Keffals the way we would treat everyone else who has done the same thing. Look at them getting after the completionist off of not using that money from the charity. We have literally gone after people for the exact same thing. Keffals is getting treated no differently.
He can't just like say, oh, well, it's the artist who made that drawing. No, it's your channel. You have responsibility to your audience to not be, I would like to think, not be openly transphobic. And if you're posting like this, it's your YouTube channel, it's your fault.
She's laughing because she knows it's stupid. Fellow artists would show their solidarity with Just a Worm by making more ugly depictions of Keffals, some of it being transphobic. So before there was no transphobic art, and because she made up this story, there is now transphobic art.
Yeah. Some of the art, like, listen, y'all literally ran an artist off the internet because they did art in the exact style they've done for everyone else. And what happened? Other artists started making art, and some of it, not all of it, I'm not saying all of it, I won't say all of it, but some of it was transphobic. What did you expect was going to happen? Some of those artists were like, oh, you think that was transphobic? Let me show you this. Because you literally ran one of their own off the internet. I'm not going to sit here and say I agree with the transphobic art, but I believe that was their thinking when they made it. Because you went after one of their own off of art that they make for everyone. People have literally commissioned art of themselves to be in that way, in the way Just a Worm does art. Yeah, it was exactly, Squatchin'. It was a hold my beer situation. Yes. That's exactly what it was.
She literally willed it into existence. Your wish has been granted. Keffals would make a follow-up tweet. I think if my actions were heinous, you wouldn't need to dehumanize me to an audience of millions of people in order to make the points you wanted to make. The bar was incredibly low, and Mudahar managed to still fumble it. Community notes would get her again, showing that Muda respected her pronouns and that the only insults he threw at her were from her own actions and not from her identity. She'd follow this up with another tweet. Anyways, I'm probably going to get harassed by thousands of people for standing up for myself. Now I'm going to do something fun instead of that.
Oh, Keffals, shut up. Shut up. You asked for this. Hey, Keffals. You wanted to be a martyr so bad. You wanted to be a lightning rod so bad, remember? Well, now you're a lightning rod. But it's based off of totally different circumstances. Not the lightning rod you wanted to be, but the lightning rod you actually were. Just saying.
See you all when it dies down. You aren't being harassed for standing up for yourself. You're getting heat for misappropriating crowdfunded money. What's crazy is the GoFundMe is still up. You could still donate to it. Her tweet will get community noted again, citing that she was using a self-victimization method of manipulation.
Community Notes was on something. I don't know if this was just one person who works for Community Notes or if it was several people, but they were on it. Community Notes was like, nah, not today, lady. The Community Notes was like, nah, we ain't letting this slide. They were the judge and the jury. Yes, Community Notes for the win. Absolutely.
Which she is. Every response Keffals or her community makes has nothing to do with the contents of Muda's video. It's all meant to distract you from the damning evidence that exists towards Keffals. They even went after Muda's wife, calling her a Nazi because she liked to tweet making fun of people calling her a Nazi. This is a real video on Reddit people are using as proof that she is a Nazi. It has nearly 1,000 upvotes. Muda dating a neo-Nazi made him go completely off the rails.
Really? Y'all think Doe is a Nazi? Come on. Y'all are... Okay, listen. This is where it takes a stupid turn. Y'all, Y'all have overused... Listen. The word Nazi is supposed to be a word that's supposed to have a heavy meaning. We literally had a whole ass world war because of a group named that. Okay? Y'all have gotten to the point with that word that it doesn't have meaning anymore. Because y'all literally flippantly call people that. And you should be ashamed of yourself because it doesn't carry the weight that it used to. And that is a word that absolutely should carry weight. Y'all have literally ruined that word. Literally. It doesn't carry the weight that it used to.
Oh snap, did he really? Yep, forgot his girlfriend's handle, but she posts a lot of far-right conspiracy theories on here. I follow her, and no, she does not. Imagine having to become a fascist just to get pussy. Exactly, and throwing everything you stand for away just for a relationship who hates you being a marginalized minority. So they aren't mad at the undeniable evidence Muda brings to the table, instead they're slandering his wife. This next one is insane. Though alt-rightoids' ideology, Aryan marrying non-Aryans like Semites, Latinx, and sub-Saharan Africans, Muda and her are a fairly Aryan couple, and I believe Hitler would approve. He then goes...
Oh my god. This post is the most brain dead post I've ever seen. Access for 10. Have you seen the mental gymnastic post that tries to label Muda as Aryan so they can keep calling his wife a Nazi? Yeah, he's going over it right now, Access.
In depth analyzing Muda's skin color to determine if he's an Aryan or not. Muda is part Aryan because Brahmins are an upper caste Indian from which the Indo-Aryan people derive. Indians have intermixed too much to be pure Aryans. They nonetheless have Aryan blood. So while they may be an interracial couple, Doe married Muda because of his Aryan ancestry. Or maybe she just married him because she likes him. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. Yeah.
I mean, believe me, after talking to Doe, Doe definitely likes Muda. It's one of the things where, you know, she loves him. Maybe that's why she's the wife, you know?
Man, this is the quality of criticism coming back at Muda. These people suck.
Cool, it doesn't really matter what I do, cause I'll always stay stuck as a fool, I'll never be cool.
Now Muda's video did make waves in Keffals' community, with plenty of people now questioning her. I found videos of someone saying Keffals had issues with fundraisers, but I wanted to know more before I made a choice. Is this that whole she used her GoFundMe to buy coke thing? No, the one with streaming gear and buying legal fees. No mention of Keffal buying drinks. Streaming gear? I'm not aware of this drama. On her subreddit...
If y'all watched the video, you would have been aware of it, but y'all were too worried about looking at a thumbnail. That's the problem. Listen, Keffals knows how her community is, and if she knew she pointed out the thumbnail, then most of the people who follow her, who blindly follow her, most of those people wouldn't have watched the video because they were so angry about the thumbnail. Keffals knew what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew if she pointed out that thumbnail, most of those people who are die-hard Keffals fans wouldn't watch the video. Yeah, she knew damn well. Absolutely squatching.
People were surprised that she lied about being woken up with a gun in her face.
On August 5th, I was woken up by London Police Services, pointing an assault rifle in my face.
But every time, they're retorted with some of the dumbest defenses. Muda's video was retweeted by Stone Toss, and Tipster acts like that makes the information in it bad for some reason. It makes no sense. Another user says, my secret hot take is I don't care if someone ripped off the woke scolds for any amount. That's something that I think a lot of haters forget when they try to use that as an own. I honestly don't care one way or the other. People donate to GoFundMes that fall through all the time. This didn't fall through, it was a heist. When Muda first announced he was making his video, Keffals immediately poisoned the well by calling him evil. Hi, privated the stream and ended early because Mudahar announcing his Catboy Ranch expose gave me PTSD flashbacks to 2022.
Stop. Stop, Keffals. Stop. Oh, God.
The swatting, just incredibly dark stuff in my life. I couldn't handle it. I need to take some time. His replies are flooded with Kiwi Farms users right now. He's an evil who knows what he's doing. Yeah, he's the evil one. If you ever want to know how down bad the Keffals Defense Force is, look no farther than Denims. She titled her stream, Mudahar decides to be transphobic. The stream starts by playing other people's videos uninterrupted, auto-playing to the next video when finished.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show.
What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of Boomers Getting Fooled by AI.
When she finally decided to show up, she said she watched Muda's video and that none of it was accurate.
It was an hour and 43 minutes of watching other people's content uninterrupted, and it was the waiting room. An hour and 43 minutes.
I watched a little bit of it, and it was like recounting some streamer drama or something like that. I was watching it and I was like, none of this is accurate. Wait, what? This isn't even related to me, but I know the people in this video, and none of this is accurate. You're just trying to portray this person as like a villain, and so you just didn't like report on any of their perspective. And then when it came to report on it, you just like ignored it. Like you were like, this isn't worth reading. So maybe, I haven't decided yet, maybe we'll watch the Mudahar video. I don't know if I can do it is the problem.
Why can't you do it, Denims? Is it too hard? Is it easier to play other people's videos in your waiting room before you start? Is it hard to react? I already know streaming is hard for you. It's the hardest thing on the earth for you. We already know that.
Challenged on this, she then admits that she's never even seen it.
This video is the first I have ever heard of Keffals. Is it not accurate? I haven't seen it, so I'm not claiming that it's accurate. I'm only talking about the thumbnail. I haven't even started. Whoa.
That's not what she said in the beginning. Guess what? Oh my God. Shocker. She's a liar too. Oh my God, can you imagine? Can you imagine that she's a liar too? Oh my God, no. Say it ain't so. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I haven't seen it. Wait, who else did that? Who else did? Oh, that's right. Brianna Wu did that. Remember how she said she watched it? And then she said that she didn't really watch it, she just listened to it, and then she turned around and told me she did watch it twice, and I was like, no, you didn't say you watched it, you said you just listened to it. You need to watch it with your own eyes to see the receipts that are being put up on screen. That's how these people do. And again, I'm left-leaning. I'm very left-leaning. And these are our internet representatives? Oh God, we're screwed. I promise you, most left-leaning people are not this stupid.
Well, let's reel back.
Muda's like, here's a video exposing all of Keffals' lies, and she's like, nah, let's only talk about the thumbnail.
Let's talk about a couple things. I'm only interested right now in talking about the thumbnail. Okay? I'm only interested in talking about the thumbnail. Maybe we can watch some of the video. To be honest, the video itself, I don't care about. It's not relevant. It's not important. I only care about the thumbnail.
Yeah, let's focus on this irrelevant thing instead of the actual point of the video. And when Ryan Beard points out that Muda only refers to Keffals by her preferred pronouns, Denim's response is to insult Ryan.
I don't know what happened to Ryan Beard.
You know what you know what happened to Ryan Beard? He has at least he has some common sense to understand that Mudahar did not misgender Keffals in his post. Okay? Ryan Beard has common sense enough to see that.
I'm gonna be honest. Who was it that cooked him? Was it FD Signifier? In case you were wondering what Ryan has tweeted, Gaza 0 times, Israel 1 time, ceasefire 1 time, and Palestine a total of 7 times, all of which were to tell people to vote for Biden. But man,
thank you, Platinum. I appreciate it. I'm the exception. Awesome. Thank you, Platinum. I appreciate that. Listen, I have common sense.
man, do they find the time to tweet about online leftists. And that is like the biggest, like, it just doesn't, like, that. This perfectly encapsulates what I'm talking about.
You're yapping. You haven't said anything. Can you tell this is Hassan's mod? Her audience is defending her by comparing Keffals to George Floyd. Can people like Muda stop saying this person is not a good representation for X minority? Like, people haven't learned anything from the BLM protest in 2020, did they? With the same logic, you can say that George Floyd is not a good representation for the black community because he had a criminal.
And then, because he had a criminal history, and then she goes on and says, it doesn't matter, we don't exist to please the majority, we just want basic respect to live normally. Well, what happened to your basic respect for the people who gave you money for a GoFundMe that you said you were going to use for legal fees? What happened to your basic respect for kids not knowing what they were injecting in themselves? Where was your basic respect and not talking in talking the way you were talking to underage people on that Twitter account? Where was your basic respect, Keffals? You have none. You have no basic respect for people because you don't give a damn about anybody but yourself. And poor Tipster's gonna learn that one day too, because you don't give a shit about him either. You only give a shit about him white knighting you. Period. To the point. Period. Good God. Oh, she irritates me to hell and back. Axis for 10. To be honest, it does feel like with some of the Keffals' defenses, it's just tribalism going back to Gamergate. Nobody has been able to self-police worth a damn since that shit, especially online. Axis, you are 100% correct, especially when it came to the self-police. Okay? That whole, like, leftist community over there, they have not been self-policing this entire time. And that is the problem. Again, I will say, if somebody tried that in this community, they would have been torn up. If somebody would have tried what she did in this community. Because, for the most part, we pretty much self-police. They don't over there. And a whole bunch of issues over there. It's not just Vosh and Keffals. That I can promise you. It's not just Vosh and Keffals over there that's a problem. There's more problems over there. There's a lot more problems over there.
History. George Floyd was a regular dude who was killed while being detained by the police. Keffals is a self-described activist. Keffals obviously doesn't speak for every trans person, but she hides behind being a representative.
I'm a high-profile transgender activist.
And you know she loved saying that out of her mouth. Because of the clout she was getting because of it. She didn't like being an activist for doing good. No, she liked being an activist for the clout. She didn't give a shit about the rest. It was all about her. It was all about getting the clout. And if anybody actually thinks she gives a about her own community, y'all are sadly mistaken and you're blind. You are blind. You need to go back to Now Recording and listen to what Reese said to Brianna Wu. That's what you need to do. Keffals doesn't give a shit about her community.
There's a big target on my back.
That's why people feel the need to point it out. The media seems to be slowly catching on with the Young Turks even correcting the story.
I feel sick to my stomach knowing that I amplified a con artist on the show. Obviously, I did not know she was a con artist. I did not do that on purpose. But at the end of the day, I'm the host and I am responsible for what I say on this program.
Even calling out other media companies.
For all the other mainstream media outlets who fell for this con artist, that includes The Guardian, CNN, NBC News, NPR. Can we get a correction from you guys too? Because they seem to never want to revisit the work they've done.
I agree with her. I agree. over 150 publications talked about Keffals. Over 150. And we've gotten one retraction. One retraction. I guess one's better than none, right? And they're mainly on, on YouTube and stuff. So, I mean, one's better than none, I guess. But no, there needs to be more. There absolutely needs to be more.
And the misreporting they've engaged in. The fact that they were conned by a con artist like Keffals.
This is accountability. This is how stories should be corrected. And the Young Turks should be applauded for it.
Hands in the air, get down on your knees.
These are extremely serious accusations leveled against Keffals. That's why I find it funny that she acts like it's random YouTube drama.
Yeah, no, I'm not planning on making any sort of response because I don't.
You know why? Because you're cooked. You're cooked. You are literally the turkey in the oven getting ready to be served for Thanksgiving. You are cooked. You're done. You have been exposed. There is really nothing you can say. But if you are any type of good person, you would at the very least say something to the people who donated to you. But that's asking too much of you, Keffals, isn't it? That's asking too much. Way too much.
Think I owe anyone a response? When I say I'm done with drama, I legitimately mean it.
This is crazy. I've never seen somebody lie to themselves so much. It's so funny looking back at her old Discord messages. My background is in content creation. I am not great at what I do. I'm honestly too sincere to be good at it. I am too authentic to simply be.
Okay, I want y'all to remember this, okay? We're gonna go back to him reading this. I want you to remember I'm too authentic because I'm gonna show you something when we're done. Okay? I'm gonna show you something when we're done. All right, so we're gonna let him read this again. All right? And I want you to remember I am too authentic.
This is crazy. I've never seen somebody lie to themselves so much. It's so funny looking back at her old Discord messages. My background is in content creation. I am not great at what I do. I'm honestly too sincere to be good at it. I am too authentic to simply be an actor who makes videos online. Keffals is a chronic liar. I don't know if she'll face any legal repercussions over this, but her career is over. There is no coming back from this. Lied about the GoFundMe, the lawsuit, moving, Kiwi Farms, website zero, got addicted to drugs, 2 years later randomly claimed she was booked by the police, never mentioned it before, admitted to misappropriating the money in a group chat, and when asked about it, she says that it's just YouTube drama.
I don't care about any of this shit.
It feels good to finally wrap up the.
We know you don't care. That's the whole point, Keffals. You don't care. But unfortunately, you have an army full of people who follow you who think you do care. You don't care. That's the whole point. That's what we've been saying for years. You don't care. That's the problem. You don't care. You only pretended to care. That's how you got that 100K, because you pretended to care. Those people who gave you that 100K, minus Mudahar giving the $5 because the GoFundMe is still up. The people who gave you that 100K, they thought they were giving to a cause for you because they thought you cared. You didn't care. You probably cared about Kiwi Farms knowing about your farm. That's what you cared about. You probably cared about Kiwi Farms knowing about Catboy Ranch. That's what you cared about. That's the only thing you cared about. It boiled down to yourself. You don't give a shit about any of those people. And it's sad to see them on Twitter and on YouTube channels sitting there praising you and feeling sorry for you and trying their hardest, trying their damnedest to stick up for you, trying their damnedest so hard that they ended up outing Tipster. Bro, what? Come on now. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. And Platinum, I think you're absolutely correct. It's like false allegations. Now every case is criticized. Same will now happen to trans people. Unfortunately, yes, because the transphobic assholes out there are gonna take what Keffals did and use that against other people. Yes. This is how she hurts her community.
The Keffals story. It's been a 2-year journey for me. If you want more, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Chris the Narc, for some of the screenshots I used in this video. And thank you to Muda for finally making this mainstream. Now go get a phone.
Okay, yes. Alright, hold on. Let me pull this up so I can show you. Look, I'm used to be relentlessly stalked online for excessive hateful freaks, so I am never 100% honest. Even to my own audience. Because my own vulnerabilities are used against me, but the last week I keep breaking down crying just because I'm processing all the up things that have happened to me since March of last year and how cruel people have been. I haven't been sleeping right as a result. So here's the problem. She's telling you here she lies. But the problem is her soy fans who are reading this, they react to the last part of this paragraph, not the first part. She is never 100% honest. She's telling you she's a liar.